Am I on? I guess I'm on. Anyway, what the hell is up, people? Today I am doing um, my own little personal discussion on the Telltale Walking Dead series. Um, I recently went through those games. I didn't play them. I'm vision impaired, so me playing games like that, or most games in general, is just not pleasant. And I don't like quick time shit no way. And after I looked through a few of those games, mm, belches and hiccups always come soon as you start recording. Um, a bunch of those little cues I don't see on my screen no way, so because I am vision impaired. Uh, but I can see the stuff on the screen just fine if I'm just watching. So what I did was I went through the whole series and I watched Let's Plays because I have the game. Where I had the episode ones that you can get, without paying for them and whatnot. But I tried to play it years ago and I didn't enjoy it. I never got past the drugstore on the first season. I just the whole point and click thing, and I like for people to be able to do shit when if I have to select them to do something, I want them to fucking do it. I don't want. I don't need Lee slipping and bumping his fucking head on the goddamn counter like bloop. That shit was funny as hell, but it was frustrating. I'm like, dude, come on, man. He fumbling with the shotgun. I'm like, man, I ain't got time for this. Years later, I finally decided to watch. I forgot what it was. It was just this past weekend. This early March. Just this past weekend, I got into it. Started watching it, and luckily enough, time it went by where I don't watch videos on it or nothing like that. I'm familiar with the series. I'm pretty much caught up on all the Walking Dead stuff except for one series. Plus the comics. That whatever World Beyond stuff. I don't have access to even watch that, but I've seen all the rest of the stuff, and I only got the final season of the AMC series to watch. So I'm just waiting on that to come up on Netflix, and then I'll be pretty much caught up. But anyway, I'm watching this stuff here. Man, look at here. I binge watched that shit from all of it. Episode 1, 2, Michonne, 3, and 4. I did the 400 Days is in there too. I watched all that shit in probably about 3 days or something like that. And I've been watching like reviews and countdowns and stuff like that since then. It's the end of the week now. And I've been watching, to get, reviews, get people's opinion on it and stuff like that, because a lot of times, like I said, I'm not playing the game and I'm not choosing, the dialogue and stuff like that. So I just got to go with whatever the people do. So for me to see all the stuff, and for me, like Easter eggs and all kind of other aspects of the game, I have to watch other videos, and because I'm not a person that notices that stuff in a video game. I'm not. Even with movies, I'm not that person. So yeah, I'm sitting there watching this stuff, man, and it's like over and over. It's a lot of content. You know what I'm saying? You look at a Let's Play, and the Let's Play is fucking 8-9 hours. And you binge that shit like a boss. You just watch this shit. Yeah, so I did. I watched all of it, and I liked it all. The 400 Days DLC was pointless to me because I didn't see any relevance. I know it's supposed to have relevance to some of the stuff in the game. It was nothing that I noticed. But then again, like I say, I didn't play the games, so I'm not sitting there replaying the game, looking at all the dialogue options and all that stuff. Whatever I get is what I get. So, and I liked it. I liked it pretty much. All of them. From all the seasons except for, even Michonne, even though it ain't got nothing to do with nothing, on a standalone, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing wrong with it. So I'm watching this stuff, and season 1 is just hands down the best. You know what I'm saying? It's just hands down the best. Um, do I like it the best? Man, I guess I do. Um, it's kind of about default. Yeah, it's just. um, I got some good character. I'm not going to go through all the characters, all that shit. I'm just going to pick a. Clementine is going to be my number one character. Period. It's just how it is. And that's in all of The Walking Dead. You know, Carol is my number one character. Just period. And she has more exposure than most characters anyway, other than maybe like Rick or somebody like Daryl or Carol on the TV series, where they've been through all those many years, of the show running. Clementine is like the next level down from that, because I mean this basically the Telltale series is about her, except for in 3, but she's still in it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, even though she ain't the main character, she's still in the game. So, and I mean in the game. But yeah, the characters in my favorite characters, Clementine. I like Chuck. I like there's nobody else to really like, because all the rest of the characters I don't give a shit about. I don't care about Doug, Carly, or none of it. I really don't. It's just the point that I see them in the show, I ain't get attached to them or nothing like that. But Ken is somebody that, I ain't gonna say I like his character, because I don't. I don't like his character, but I understand his character. And if I was playing the games myself, hindsight looking back, of course I would side with Ken all the way to the end. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I would go. Knowing what I know now, that I've been through all the series, I would side with Ken all the way through. Now, when I was first watching this shit, I was like, this dude's ass. If I could have ditched him, I probably would. Didn't like him that much, but I mean, they write these characters for shit like that. And that's it. As far as the characters, it's like Lee and Clementine in the first season. That's it. I'm pretty sure most people will agree with me. There's nobody else there for me to like, because everybody dies. You know what I'm saying? And the two people are Krista and Omid. That is a dumb Omid. That is a dumb name. Especially looking at him, I'm like, why is his name Omid? But I didn't much care for either one of those. I mean, going through the show, I ain't had nothing against them, but it just, I ain't get attached to them. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't. I didn't get attached to them at all. So, as far as people I just didn't like, I mean, you could Larry, the old racist, mean ass guy. He's one of those guys I would say, he's a bad guy. Ken was an asshole. Larry is a bad guy, but he's not evil. You know what I'm saying? He's a bad guy, but he's not evil. So, other than that, Duck, I don't like Duck. It's just, Duck is a fucking dumbass. He's a kid, so it's just like, yeah, but he's a kid. He's fucking stupid ass. And the only thing I liked about Duck is when he pulled the Batman shit with Lee. That was it. I was like, yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? He's a kid. He's silly, do silly shit. He did the little boy wonder shit, and I was like, yeah, he died right after that. So I was like, oh, really? The kid finally do some shit that don't get on my fucking nerves, and he dies right after that. Yeah, okay. Well, no, he did not right after that, but y'all know, you probably know what the fuck happens. So, but all the rest of the characters is just the stuff they went through. I watched that stuff last week. I lose track in the order of shit in which it happens, but I don't really care about any of the villain people. You know what I'm saying? They dealt with the shit, they got through it. Somebody might have died, blah, 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 and the usual shit. Ben. Ben is a character, nobody care for Ben. They keep, and I was watching the videos, they bring up shit, the Ben betrayal. He didn't betray them. You know what I'm saying? He did some shit he was supposed to be doing that he probably shouldn't have done, but he didn't betray them. Now, if he'd have swapped sides and started shooting at them along with the Raiders, then that would be a betrayal. I don't know what the fuck they call it. You know what I'm saying? That was his blunder. That was Ben's blunder. It's not a betrayal. He didn't betray them. He made a mistake. And he's one of those characters that's kind of, I think, they wrote him and animated him to where you wouldn't like him. And there's no way you would just like that dude. You know what I'm saying? It just, yeah. So I didn't much care for him. And then not until, which was supposed to happen, not until he confronted Ken, about, picking on him or whatever he was doing, and brought up his side of stuff, that, about his family, is that you had your family, at least you got to see them, blah, blah, blah. Those kids that came with Ben were from out of town. You know what I'm saying? They was from out of town when the whole shit jumped off. So, I don't know if they was from another part of Georgia or out of state somewhere, but they weren't at home. So they was stuck where they was. They don't know what the hell went on with their parents. Their parents could still be in the community somewhere, or they could be dead. Just, he don't know. And of course, the rest of the people he was with, dead. So you got to deal with a whole bunch of people grieving. But it is what it is. It's The Walking Dead. It fucking happens. And that was season 1 in a nutshell. All of the typical shit. The Ken scene trying to save Ben. That's the typical scene that most people that play the game. That's gonna be on somebody's list. Lee going through the zombies and busting heads. You know what I'm saying? After he done got bit. That's going to be on people's list. And, of course, the final scene, not the final scene, but Lee's death scene with, I was going to call that girl Annabelle. Oh, my goodness. Clementine. Fucking Annabelle. Clementine, of course, that's the trademark scene of the whole series. You know what I'm saying? The whole series is that. And that goes all the way to the fucking end. That is that. Everything falls back on that. Yeah, after that, we go into season 2 with Omid and Krista. I think her name is Krista. I keep wanting to call her Celeste for whatever reason. I think her name is Krista because I don't remember names like that from all these many characters we keep running through in the season 2. And after the whole thing with Omid getting shot in the restroom or whatever, and that's the thing I just realized when I was watching the video. Somebody had cracked a little joke, and it popped in my head when he said it, but I was like, okay. Krista went to the men's bathroom. So apparently, Omid went in right after him, and the girl went into the, God damn it, Clementine. I keep wanting to call her Annabelle. What the fuck? Clementine went into the ladies' room by herself. Now, what's going on here? Omid and Krista are fucking in the other restroom. That's what dude, he ain't say it, but he was hinted at that because Christabel, oh my goodness, Clementine went into the bathroom. She was by herself. Somebody was able to go in there and sneak up on her, grab her gun and hold her up and rob her, while the two adults are in the other restroom probably in there getting a freak on until Omi probably comes in to check on Clementine and sees the girl. Instead of just hauling ass over there, you know what I'm saying, to break that shit up. He creeping around in the door. Y'all know he got shot and he dead. The only good thing about that shit, I guess, Krista heard the gunfire and just went in there, and she just no scoped the she just no scoped that girl, man. It's just like she had the rifle or whatever the fuck it was she had, and the girl's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shoot him. I did." And she just, it was just like she didn't aim. I know she was just like, bam, just instant. You kind of like that. You're a big giant pregnant woman with the rifle, and she just hip fired that bitch and knocked that bar down. I was like, yeah, okay, I can get with that. It's kind of fucked up, the whole thing, but still, cat, no, get down. This is not the time. Cats always come up here and start doing stuff when I start recording. But anyway, yeah, go into season 2. You got those two together, and season 2 is not bad, but it's irritating as hell to me, because if you want to go with favorite characters or worst characters, I don't have favorite characters. It's fucking, you know who it is. Is this somebody second down from that? I mean, you'd have to say Ken. When you go back and see Ken, you'd be like, oh shit, Ken's still around. Oh my goodness. So, Ken's still around, blah, blah, blah. He's still the same old hothead he was. But, at this point, season 2, everybody else is fucking dead. Except for one person. But, everybody else is fucking dead. Everybody gone. Well, still for 2 people. We don't know. Like I say, if you don't see them fucking die, they not confirmed dead. And the point is, right now, when I'm sitting here talking about Ken, which is, they made it look like he died in the first season, and bam, here you go right now, just sitting here looking at us in the goddamn face. But favorite characters in season 2, I don't have any. Other than Clementine, I don't fucking have any. Everybody in season 2 gets on my nerves at some point, some kind of goddamn way. There's not a lot of likable characters in there, except for maybe the Pete dude. He died right after it started, so I mean, he don't really fucking count. He wasn't around fucking long. He died the first time y'all left to go do something. I'm just like, shit. And everybody else is kind of stupid after that. I mean, I can't think of the other dude's name. Not the Nick dude. Nick was an ass. He's stupid. I didn't like Nick. He was one of the characters I couldn't stand. I was glad he was dead. And the Sarah, she's pointless ass person. You kind of, okay, she just wasn't going to make it anyway. Just whatever. There's a bunch of those characters in this series. It's just, it don't fucking matter what you do. If you save them, if you try to redeem them or try to say they gonna die, if you save them from dying, they gonna die later. If you save them now, they're just gonna die an hour from now. It don't fucking matter what the fuck you do. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of that in this series, and I'm not even playing the game. It's just I'm watching the videos. And I'm just like, I mean, it don't make no sense for me to play the game myself, because it's everything's fucking same. You're gonna get it's a lot. It's not enough difference for me to bother playing the game my fucking self. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm playing the game blind, it don't fucking matter. So the whole way season 2 ended, like I said, I would side with Kenny all the way through. Everybody else is an asshole and out for themselves. Kenny is an asshole and he looking out for other people. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. Everybody's an asshole and looking out for themselves. Ken is an asshole that's looking out for somebody other than himself. What else? Did I put anything down here? No, I didn't. I really didn't. I put a little notes down here. I can't read this shit. My eyes. I think after that, after season 2, I watched the 400 days crap. None of that shit even affected anything that I saw. I watched Michonne. It's nothing, I got to see Michonne put in some work on people, so that was fine. She didn't have a katana; she had a machete. You know, whatever. Same difference. You know, she got a blade. She cutting folks, but Michonne at one point was like one of my favorite characters until, you know, in the TV series when she got with Rick. After she got with Rick, I just didn't. I was like, all right, you know, whatever. Because Michonne, when you think about it, Michonne don't do shit. You know, in the TV series, she don't really do shit. You know, she got the katana. You know, you look all badass with that motherfucker, but she only kill walkers with that thing. You have to go back through the series. You know, her introduction, all that shit was just badass as fuck. How many people did she put down with that goddamn katana blade? Only thing she do is chop the hell out of she chopped the hell out of fucking walkers with it. All that shit. I mean, you ain't doing no different, you know. Somebody with a fucking screwdriver, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I kind of noticed that after a while. I was like, yeah, all that blade shit is one thing, but I mean, she ain't doing it for nobody. It ain't like all she do is flash that blade around and kill walkers. Carol fuck people up. Carol fucks up people, groups of people. Michonne don't do that. That's why Carol is my favorite character. Is my favorite character. You know, just in general. You know, I put Clementine on top of her just because she cute as fuck, and she has a whole show based around her. So basically, whatever. Anyway, I saw Michonne. It was fine. That ain't really nothing to really talk about because the characters that you see in there are just kind of one-off characters other than Michonne. At least that I noticed. It's probably somebody in there that some nerd will fucking notice. I don't know what the fuck that is. Especially if it's comic stuff, because I don't know the comic stuff like that. And then I watched season 3. Most people that I watch now, when you watch the trailers and all kind of stuff, and you see, this is the best shot. This is awesome, and blah blah blah. I'm like, well, you know, from what I'm watching, a lot of people didn't care for season 3. I didn't care for season 3 because I'm like, okay, all right, I see we not fucking around with what's his name right now. I didn't like I said, I was watching all this shit blind, so I didn't know. When I saw Annabelle, God damn it, where is that coming from? When I seen, God damn it, why I keep saying fucking Annabelle? It's late at night. It's probably about 3, 4 in the morning. I need to go see it. That's probably why I keep doing it. But Clementine, Clem, maybe I just need to say Clem and leave it at one fucking syllable. When I seen Clem for the first time, I was like, oh shit, there she go. And she got a fucking shotgun, because I'm a shotgun guy. I was like, she got a shotgun. You know, I got to see her, and I was like, oh shit. I didn't care for I don't like favorite characters in this right here. Clementine. You know what I'm saying? Clementine, that's it. I don't care for Javi. I just don't. I don't care about Javi at all. And I watched the whole thing, and I didn't think the series was bad. The series. I didn't. The season. Well, you know, whatever. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't. Yeah, it's always gonna be characters you like and characters you don't like. Now, as far as characters I didn't like, Gabe. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking Gabe. That teenagers generally fuck with me in TV shows. It reminds me when I was watching Fear the Walking Dead. I hated the first season of that. When those kids died off, I was fucking happy as hell. I was happy as hell. I didn't start liking that show until they got from California and Mexico and made it to Texas, which was when everybody else stopped liking the show. That's when I started liking it. Once all them little kids, except for the one girl, once them motherfuckers was out of there, one of the best parts of that show was when that dude's son started fucking around with them other young dudes and got killed. I was happy. He was a dumbass. I was happy when he died. Fuck off my show. But what's that? Season 3. Who else that I didn't like other than fucking Gabe? There's nobody else I just really just dislike other than fucking Gabe. His sister wasn't around long. She got popped in the face. That was what I was like, ooh. That's when you're not shocked when you see that. You know, boom, it's just right in the face. She right in the middle of saying some shit and smiling, talking to somebody, and then bam, my fucking forehead just explode. I'm like, oh man. What the hell are you doing back there? Cat, get down. Anyway, yeah, that's when you like, oh, they not playing. I was like, oh shit, they not playing. They took her out early. They took her out early, and they left us with the fucked up kid. If the boy would have got shot, I would have been, oh, they not playing. I would have been kind of happy. The girl, I was like, the girl wouldn't bother nobody. The little villain, like I said, I never care about the villain characters. You know what I'm saying? The big villain in this one was Joan. One of the 4 people that supposedly run Richmond. Apparently, she hold that power wasn't distributed equally because I don't even know who. I just know Joan, Clint, and David. There's another one. I don't remember who the fuck it was. Was it the doctor dude? Or I don't remember. I don't know. Like I said, I don't much care either because it don't really matter. They had some cool characters. Ava was cool. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, she ain't do much. Who else I'm trying to think of? That's it. Because all the other characters, like I said, the main protagonist, I didn't give a shit about. Clementine is a side character, but she's always present. You know what I'm saying? She's always present. Every time you got to make a decision, damn near she's somewhere where you got to talk to her or do something. You know what I'm saying? So she was there enough to kind of satisfy your Clementine fix for this season. But I know a lot of people are just disappointed that you didn't get to play with her. And there's a lot of other stuff as far as cut scenes and stuff like that they got to do with Clementine in season 3 that I didn't get because I wasn't making the decisions. You know what I'm saying? So, because one of the things that I was watching, somebody killed, in season 2, they shot Ken. They shot Ken. And, that affects things. So, I don't think one had to do with the other, but I didn't get to see that. What I got to see was some different shit. I didn't see Wellington and all. I didn't see that. It wasn't in the game. It wasn't in the gameplay that I watched. I didn't see that stuff. All those extra cutscenes, I didn't see those until I was watching the stuff. The videos afterwards. But yeah, the only character in this, the character that I didn't mind the most was David. Now I didn't like David more than Javier, but David, his first reaction to when they first reunite after like 4 years or however long they've been separated was it was like, you expect the shit, but once he started getting wind of what was going on, he's not an evil guy. He's not a bad guy. He tried to get down to the bottom of the shit. He's like, because it was shit going on, outside of his influence. You know what I'm saying? People was out working outside of his influence. So he was unaware of all this raiding and shit that was going on, that his men was doing. That was operating from somebody else. So, hold on. Goddamn. Damn earpiece behind my ear itch. Yeah, so I didn't mind that David, now, he was a hothead. He's not somebody that you can really, I don't know, you can't count on him to be level-headed or calm about shit for the most part because he's hot-headed, you know what I'm saying? But he's not a bad guy. They try to paint him as a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy. Because once he started to figure out what the fuck was going on, he was trying to stop the shit. Now, him and his brother was at odds which kind of fucked up shit. Which I mean, common sense stuff. You know what I'm saying? That you would expect. We got this shit going on. Your men killed your daughter and shot your wife, even though y'all been separated for 4 years. Still, once I let you know and I tell you what happened, and you figure out that that your men did this shit, I think we could squash our own little personal squabbles for a while, take care of this shit. We can deal with the rest of shit later. And so, yeah, but shit like that can't happen because the show wouldn't make no fucking sense. It just wouldn't. It really wouldn't. Then you got the what's that? I'm trying to think of somebody else. It's gonna be somebody. It's gonna pop up after I done already put the video together. I'm like, I forgot that person. Yeah, but that's it. That's it. Because all the rest of the characters I don't care about. Eleanor, she's a bastard. I don't care about her. The other dude, the black dude. I can't think of it. I just heard his name. I can't even think of his name right now. But even him, because you could kill him or let him go or whatever the fuck you want to do. The gameplay that I watched, he was there for the end because they decided to trade Clementine. You know what I'm saying? They decided to use Clementine as the bargaining chip. I think other than that, you either have to let him go or shoot him. And after that, it don't really matter because Clementine is on your side anyway. It don't fucking matter. I always try to bring people along as far as I can without killing them if I was playing a game. So, that's what I got to see. But other than that, I mean, the season was all right. Kate, I think that's the wife, David's wife. It's just really indifferent about her. Once they got to Richmond around her husband, I really started disliking her then. Now I ain't expect for her to just be all lovey-dovey with her husband because they shit was kind of fucked up before all this shit even started. But I'm like, I know they've been together 4 years, you know what I'm saying, her and Harvey, and they hadn't done nothing. 4 years they've been with each other. They hadn't done nothing. They have not done anything. Javier was hands off the whole fucking time. 4 years. So I think he did a mighty good goddamn job. And it's real obvious. I mean, that she would be that cold, but I know she didn't want to have nothing to do with her husband. It's just whatever. I didn't really care. You knew that I knew they wouldn't fit to get back together. There wasn't no way you was gonna fix that shit or choices that you was gonna make where they was gonna end up together. It just wasn't gonna fucking happen. And then the boy got shot. Gabe, he got bit. The gameplay that I watched, they let the boy and David go out and do what they was gonna do. Of course, David got devoured. I don't know what fucking happened. It wasn't much of nothing to him, but his face. I was like, ugh. And then what's his name? Gabe got bit and he was about to die. And I was like, yes, I don't like you. You're a dumbass. I hate dumbass teenage characters. It's fucking stupid. Teenage characters don't never listen to what the fuck you say. It's just So, and on top of that, it's just like then Clem show up and then I don't know whatever. The one I was watching, Clem showed up and they was got his cards and he was bit. And then she kissed this motherfucker. I was real disappointed in Clem when I saw that. I was just like, you kissed this dumb shit. First of all, you kissed this motherfucker. He done already got bit. The goddamn zombie done chewed his goddamn arm all the fuck up. And you kissed this motherfucker with blood and shit all over his face and mouth. Like come on, man. If you about to die and you got all this shit, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm gonna miss you. I'm not finna kiss you right now because that's nasty. And you got zombie virus. I mean, at this point, we all got zombie virus, but you got the accelerated zombie virus from zombie spit. I'm not kissing you. Yeah, so they got through that, and whatever. That shit ended, and I don't even remember how it ended. I don't remember the closing scenes or nothing like that, but it was fine. And right after that, I went straight into fucking the final season, season 4. And I got to watch, because, I'm paying attention. And I'm thinking I'm paying too close attention um, from season 1 all the way up to season 4 of how they age her up. Because I'm like, okay, they aged her up. You can see it a little bit. Okay, then you could also tell, the voice changed a little bit. They aged her up a little bit from season 2 because she got the little. You could see the sports bra thing. They made sure you seen she had like a little sports bra type thing, and she ain't really got no boobs, but you can see the little chest part she got that's kind of coming. And not that they supposed to just. But I mean, at this point, in she was 8. I'm just gonna say 8, 10 to 11. I don't know how the fuck old she is in fucking season 3. She's an early teen. She probably like 12 or 13 in season 3. So you got the sports bra. You could see that they had to age her up a little bit, so they had to make her look like she teen, not early teener. That's what the fuck she is, but she's still fucking small as hell. And which is the thing. I was just like, I say she's aging up, but she's not growing. If you put them side to side, of course the height is different, but it's just like when you're looking at her in the show, she's so fucking small. She is. If you just pay, she is so fucking small when you see her next to grown ass people. And it's very apparent in season 4 because in season 4 she has to be like 17. So, season 1 she's 8. By the time season 4 comes around, she's 17. Obviously the face is a little bit different or whatever the fuck. And the body is not a lot different from season 3. It is, but not a lot to where I'm watching the show and I'm just like, okay, it's like they aging up her face, but she's not growing. And I'm like, why would I be paying attention to that? Because I'm binge watching all of these and I'm trying to see the difference in all these. She is so small. And that shouldn't shock me at all because I have a lot of short friends and it's like if I had to put a height on Clementine, it would be no more than 5'3". That would be the max. 5'3" would be the max. It's just the fact even she was 5'3", she's so and I was like, well, I'm seeing a reason this year. I was like, man, they out there living the life. They don't have food all the time, and all that shit probably stunted their growth. You ain't eating, you ain't putting shit in. How your body for to start growing and shit? Especially you ain't getting no fucking food. I mean, it's just that's what I'm thinking about. I'm watching this shit, and even through the whole scene, I'm like, she's not growing, and even at 17. Around it's just like she's just so much shorter than everybody else, and I just had to say she's just short. I know short people. I got 2 ex-girlfriends that are fucking 4'11". I'm 6'3". I got 2 ex-girlfriends that are 4'11". I have other friends that are even shorter than that. I have like 3 friends that are like 4'9". So, yeah. So it's I don't know. It was just one of the things in the show. It wasn't a whole lot of fan service. Y'all know what type of fan service I'm talking about. It wasn't a lot of that shit in the show or no shit like that. And I was kind of proud of them for that. Because, some people can't not do that shit. It's a little bit, but it's real subtle and it's not extremely vulgar. Like it's a little bit in season 2. It's a little bit in season 2. When she was just, 11. But it wasn't like no just gross out ass sex humor or whatever. They was talking about sex and stuff while they were sitting around the fire in season 2. And she was like, and it was like, we have this, we got a kid sitting there. And she was like, I know what you're talking about. Like, what? Kissing stuff. And it's just like, and they start talking about something else and then whatever Luke, I think his name was, and it was like he had said something about somebody coming back for it, and then Clementine was like said, "I'd come back for you," and then she said, "You know what I mean." Like, before somebody start running, you're like, you know what I mean. Don't twist this shit into something else. I said something that I meant, but you for the twist it. Don't nobody twist that shit into something else. But then nobody make no comment after that. But it was still, what the fuck they was getting at. But season three is fine. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that generally I really dislike kids. Teenage kids. In TV shows for the most part. That's all this is, baby. Which makes sense because season 2, I was like, why is Clementine making all these goddamn decisions these grown folks are supposed to be making? You know what I'm saying? These grown ass people, she around the whole goddamn season. Why y'all can't make some of these damn decisions? Y'all all dependent on a fucking 10, 11-year-old girl to move y'all life forward. Y'all grown. All these motherfuckers look like they in their 30s and shit. And every time some shit happen or something got to get done, they go to Clementine. It's stupid. Season 2 is stupid like that. If you fucking watching, if you familiar with this shit, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's obvious as hell. You cannot oversee that shit. Overlook it. To where it's too much responsibility placed on top of, I was going to say Jezebel. What the fuck, dude? Hold on, let me just see. I was going to fucking say Jezebel. What the hell? Clementine. I went from Annabelle. I was going to say Christabel one time. I don't know where the fuck these bells coming from. Yeah, it's too much put on her shoulders. Even though she's the main protagonist, she's the player-controlled character. I think it should have been a way to where you could have been the player-controlled character and still not have all this shit pressed on your goddamn shoulders because it don't make fucking sense for a 10-year-old to have to do all this. It just don't make no fucking sense. Or 11-year-old, however fuck old she is. 16 months went by, so I guess she was 9 at the end of season 1. 16 months went by. Whatever, man. Preteen. Preteen. A little ass preteen at that. It don't make no fucking sense that you got to make all these decisions as a fucking 11-year-old girl. It don't make sense. All these decisions. And in season 3, I was like, okay. They went a whole nother route. They had another protagonist, and then she was a side character. And in my mind, like literally in my mind, I was like, even though she had shit going on, I was like, she need this break. She had that whole season of people on her ass, making her make all these grown folks decisions. We need this whole season. Let's put her on the goddamn sideline, let her rest up a bit. She get to come in the game every once in a while. And, get off the bench every once in a while and blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, give her a fucking break. Because once season 4 come around, she's the protagonist again. Now she got a whole nother thing to worry about. Because now she got AJ with her, which is the baby that popped up in season 2. And it's okay. It's okay. Do I have any favorite characters? No. No, I don't. I do not have any favorite characters in this in season 4. Other than fucking Clementine her fucking self. You know what I'm saying? That's it. There's nobody else for me to attach myself to because first of all, I'm a 47-year-old dude. 46. I'll be 47 later on this year, but I can't relate. As the player character, okay, you kind of have to. But to the rest of these fuckers in here, oh, hell no. Characters that I don't like, I wouldn't say most of them, but I tell you right off the top, and this is some shit that was in my head. I watched this shit blind. I didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. But right off the top, I did like Marlon. His hair turned me off. You know what I'm saying? His hair, that little whatever he had, that rooster mullet, whatever the fuck he had, I did not like Mullen based on the fact that the way his hair was. That is petty as fuck, ain't it? But it's true. I was like, that got fucked up, written all over it. He ain't gonna make it. Ain't no way they gonna make a character with that hair that's gonna live through anything. You know what I'm saying? It's not for the fucking happen. It's not gonna happen. And the fucked up part about it was when the gameplay that I watched, you know, when they was playing that card game, asking each other questions and shit. The chick asked, who do you think out of this group is gonna die first? And she picked Marlon. She was like, Marlon. I think it's a couple of different things you can pick. But the dude that I was with picked Marlon. He could have known. This was one of the first two Let's Plays I watched were, I want to say voice, but they had commentary. You know what I'm saying? And it was blind commentary. He didn't know what the fuck was coming up. He was doing this shit episode by episode, so he didn't know what was coming up. But season 3 and 4, I made sure to find commentaries that were, I meant to find Let's Plays that had no commentary. So it was like I was watching the show. And they picked Marlon. I was like, so he could have known or whatever the fuck, but you know, whatever. Another character that I couldn't fucking stand was Lewis. They're actually the two best friends of people I couldn't stand. And fucked up when you first got to the school and you go through meeting all the kids and you go out and do all the shit y'all do, and you got to deal with Lewis being the thespian that he is. It was really irritating, especially irritating for me to watch. I guess some people wouldn't mind it, it's just whatever. But I'm just like, damn, dude, just chill the fuck out. I was like, but after a while, I was like, something fucked up is gonna happen to him because he's getting on my nerves. And I think that was it. I think that was it. You know what I'm saying? They made him like that on purpose to get on people's nerves. And it's funny how shit work like that. It's just like when you notice somebody that's really an asshole, really irritating, or anything like that, or have really bad hair like Marlon, that they gonna pay for it somewhere along the way. That's their way of marketing characters are gonna be fucked up. Now Lewis didn't die, but he got his fucking tongue cut out when they got snatched by the village people, whatever they call them motherfuckers. When the Delta folks, the Delta Raiders came, and it was funny because they said, you know, they cut his mouth out, and then I think I don't know if it was Lily or whatever, who the fuck said that he wouldn't shut up. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't shut up, and they cut his fucking tongue out, and I was like, well, I said something fucked up was gonna happen to him. And it can't really get no worse than, well, I mean, it can get worse than that, but I'm like, that is pretty goddamn horrible. And I was like, I had to check one for me. I was right. You know what I'm saying? I was right. I was like, okay, that motherfucker with that hair, you cannot live with that hair. You cannot live with that fucking hair. And you can't fucking, you know, go through the whole show without getting killed or having something fucked up happen to him. When you have an irritating ass personality, when you just grate on everybody, like especially the character, because most people playing this shit are gonna find that shit very irritating, very, very irritating. And I'm just like, But as far as characters just got on my nerves, it was just those two. Nobody else really got on my nerves because I wasn't exposed to them long enough to get attached to them to where they can do that. Mitch didn't get on my nerves. I didn't even notice Mitch until Mitch. Who the fuck is Mitch? Mitch until later on. What the fuck else is going on? The stupid whisperer guy. I'm like, I mean, I know he made it possible for them to do certain shit, but goddamn that dude, the whole story arc with him is just fucking dumb. It is. It's just fucking stupid. He turned out to be a fucking zealot, in the game I watched, where, where the chick got shot. He didn't want, he a pass. Get the fuck out of here. That dude was just dumb. Get the fuck out of here. I think some of that zombie juice didn't seep through his skin from wearing that shit all the goddamn time. Made him fucking stupid. Any other characters now? Everybody else did regular stupid shit as needed. You know what I'm saying? It's just nothing that was like just overly stupid, but stupid as you would expect. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this shit got to happen. So this, somebody got to do something. It is what it is. And then you had AJ, which is, I don't have a problem with AJ, other than he looked like a Boondocks character. You know what I'm saying? It's just the whole time I'm like, he looked like they snatched him off of Boondocks. He really do. And you have to, with AJ, even with AJ and with what's that goddamn Clementine, Clem, you have to suspend your disbelief with a lot of stuff. Because like I said, Clem does a lot of shit that she has no business doing. And that goes through most of the series from season 2 on up. Because like I said, she is slight of frame. She is slight of frame. She is tiny. It's like they wanted her to keep looking. They wanted to age her up to 17, but they wanted to keep her in a fucking 13, 12-year-old body. Because that's what the fuck she looked like. So she is extremely small. And every once in a while, you go through that. You got to do shit with the walkers, or once you get into battle scenes, you got to do certain shit. I'm like, I don't see that happening against normal ass people. I just don't see her being able to do that. I understand that she been out there. She's grizzled. She know how to handle herself because she been out in the world, on her own for a lot of that time, and she know how to fucking handle herself. But a lot of stuff that I see her do is just like, nah. And it's the same thing with AJ, because AJ is not supposed to be what you see. You know what I'm saying? AJ is supposedly in that series 6. Now you listen to fucking Clem. You listen to Clem speak as an 8-year-old, and she don't sound like a dumbass or nothing like that, but she sounds like a fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? Now, AJ is about 2 years younger than Clem was. Because, in canon, he is younger than Clem was. So he's like 6 years old. That boy is fucking eloquent for 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what school they have out there. They got some great ass fucking schools. Fucking wonderful. And of course, she is teaching him shit because, at the beginning, she has him reading a recipe book or some shit like that. Just whatever they got to have, him practice his reading. So she is teaching him shit. But man, he is too mature for a fucking 6-year-old. It just, no. Fucking no. But you have to throw that out, because as a 6-year-old, it's just he wouldn't be able to function. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be able to function. As at 6 years old, his mentality is of like a young teenager. You know what I'm saying? It's like a young teenager. I'd say a preteen. It's like a preteen. So he still got another 5 or 6 years, another 5 or 6 years to get to where he's supposed to be mentally, in there. But he's only 6 years old. It bothers me when I look at it, but I don't make a big deal out of it, else you just couldn't do the fucking story. or our schools are actually failing us for real, and all of us are supposed to be that smart when we was fucking 6 years old. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking know. Because the way he read at 6, I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't read like that at fucking 6 years old. But anyway, he was a pretty decent character as far as characters that I would like. But I wasn't overly attached to him at all because it's just I don't know. I just wasn't. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Now, one of the flashbacks I saw the flashback when they went and got him from their ranch, and they I think that was later on in that. I don't even remember the order all this shit happened, but it was later on where they showed Clementine making it back to the ranch to pick him up. Actually, I think that was at the end of the season. It might have been the last episode when they showed that. That was kind of moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here talking, but yeah, I cried a few times through this shit. You know what I'm saying? I cried a few times. Like, hey, man, look here. I cry every time I see the fucking if I pull up some shit and I watch the Final Fantasy X ending, I'm gonna fucking cry. I am. I do it every fucking time. I've seen that shit like a million fucking times. I watch videos, Let's Plays. I play through it myself. I'm gonna cry if I sit there and watch the Final Fantasy X goddamn ending, especially the extended, the secret, the good ending that you get when they, I cry doing shit like that. It's just like, and even when I watched all this shit, it's shit now that make your eyes water and shit like that. And then I start watching other shit, other YouTube videos on the stuff, reviews and top 10s and yeah, man. I was just like, oh man, I done already seen this shit. I just watched this shit the other day. I'm seeing it again, and it's still like, oh man, no. Woo. In a movie, man. Shit, even today, just watching like top 10s and stuff, I had to watch Lee get killed by Clementine like 10 times today because it keeps showing up on fucking people's videos. Look like, and every time I'm like, ooh. Yeah, but season 4, as far as characters that I just liked, that was it. Characters that I didn't like, it was those two, Lewis and it wasn't really a reason for me to not like Marlon. Other than the obvious, but I didn't dislike him. It's just that hair, man. And they joked about his hair too. That was the funny part about it. I was like, man, that hair is work. And then in game, it's funny. I like when you get justified when they joked about his hair, about how stupid his hair looked in the game. He was like, this is cool. And everybody else like, no, it's not. No, it's not. But they got, it's a lot of interesting characters that show up. Like Lily shows up, and Lily is, when they run after AJ kills Marlon and they get kicked out and they run into Abel and Lily. And then Lily recognizes, like, oh my God, like Clementine. It's like one of them things you like. It's like a reunion because you hadn't been around Lily, but Lily is like worse off than she was at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? She is. She was a hothead and all this other stuff, but she didn't mean. I don't know how you say that. She like you say, somebody. What's the opposite of somebody meaning well? She wasn't wishing harm like on anybody until she shot Carly in the face. That was kind of abrupt. You know what I'm saying? Up until then, she was cool. She was pissed off. People didn't like her. She was a hard ass. But at some point, somebody has to be a hard ass. Else your group is just gonna be shitty. If ain't nobody there just taking control. But she ended up where she ended up. Now she's just a fucking bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Now she's just a fucking bad guy. And that look, the feel good part of that shit lasted only a couple of seconds. It did. It lasted only a couple fucking seconds. Because I can imagine how it would feel that, if you saw, even in the way that they left, if you saw somebody, you 17 years old and you see somebody, in this environment, you see somebody you ain't seen in 8-9 years. You know what I'm saying? You be like, oh man, what? You think about, what the hell did happen? Nah, it ain't none of that shit. They had shit got sour real fast because, Lily's a bitch. So whatever. So Lily, she, she's a bad guy. So obviously, but I don't really care about Lily. You know what the fuck happens to her? She either gets her face blown off or she ends up running off somewhere. I didn't get the running off ending. I got the ending where AJ blew her fucking face off. The only other person I could, Abel wasn't shit. It's just whatever. Abel wasn't about nothing. But the fucking the mystery people that you kept hearing about but never saw was God damn it, Minerva, Minnie and her twin sister. The two that was gone, they got abducted by the Raiders with the aid of Marlon. We run across them. Now, probably the coolest scene. Now, the party scene set this shit up. You know what I'm saying? The party scene set this shit up. And now that I'm finna mention the party scene, I didn't see romance options until I started watching post videos. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see any, there was no romance options for Lewis or Violet in the gameplay that I watched. I didn't even know it was possible. I got the vibes from Lewis because, he just, it's obvious as I don't know what. And I did get the lesbian vibes from fucking, Violet. I got the lesbian vibes. I didn't confirm that until I saw later on some little picture or something that had Violet and Minerva. Some little picture with their names on it where he was like, okay, they was, a couple or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's just, okay, I get it now. But it was till, they was doing a party scene and, they did a little storytelling and asking questions or whatever the fuck. And then Minerva got up to sing that song. And she was like, I can't sing it as well as such and such. Minnie, I think they call Minerva, they call Minnie. I can't sing it as well as Minnie, but she got up and she's singing it. I was like, this is nice. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is nice. I like, you know what I'm saying? Because she has that raspy voice. So she sung this. I'm pretty sure whoever sung that song could sing that song a whole lot better than they sung it for that. You know what I'm saying? But she sung, it was nice. I was like, oh, voice ain't bad, isn't it? I was like, okay, this is nice. I like this. Nice, man, look at here. After the whole boat scene, the boat escape and Lily getting shot in the face and the whole escape from the boat, with the bomb or whatever the fuck you done did. And you get to the bridge scene, which is probably the best scene in the game. You know what I'm saying? The best scene in the game. Because during that whole escape, you see, you're dealing with the Raiders and stuff, and you're dealing with Minerva. And she get swamped by, you see her get chewed on by the fucking, by the walkers. So bam, you just, So you get to the fucking sink, they trying to find a way. Actually, I think they was walking the wrong fucking way until they ran into Violet, and then they ended up walking another way to the bridge. As a matter of fact, they was walking on one way to get to the school, and then I guess I don't think they exactly knew where the fuck they was going. I don't know. They got to the boat. I don't know how they couldn't find their way back to the school, but because they got to the fucking boat without having to cross their goddamn bridge. You know what I'm saying? But they got to the fucking bridge because I think that was like a landmark they knew. Once we get to this bridge, you know what I'm saying, we know where the school is in respect to that bridge. But it was a bridge that you would have to cross because it was a deep ass ravine. Man, they get to the bridge and folks having to jump over and shit like that. I mean, that was, man, it just, most people can't jump that far. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? That was a big ass gap in between there. Most people cannot jump that goddamn far. It's just not how people work. You would have to train, you know what I'm saying, to be some kind of athlete to be able to pull that goddamn jump off, or else your ass is going right the fuck down. But yeah, they get across the bridge. Well, most of them get across the bridge. And then the song, I don't know the name of that song. I know it got Blood Red Moon in it. I don't know if that's the name of the song or whatever. I don't know. But that song, you start hearing that fucking song.
Battery is low. Please recharge in time.
See? The cat messing around and unplugged my speaker. Oh, no, she didn't. I turned the computer off and the fucking battery is... All right, that'll fix that. Anyway, that was disturbing. I was like, what the fuck is that? And the fuck you got? I bought a fucking thing. What they call a sound bar? It's a sound bar, and the voice on there speaks in a Chinese accent. I'm pretty sure y'all I don't know if y'all heard it clearly or not, but it speaks in a Chinese accent. The battery is low. Please recharge in time. I'm like, that's weird that it says that, but that's what the fuck it probably, I don't know. I turned my computer on. It's plugged into my computer. So. But yeah, anyway, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Please recharge in time. Battery low. Please recharge in time. And time for what? What the hell is you? Anyway. Weird, man. Just fucking weird. What the fuck I was talking about? Oh, yeah. You start hearing the song. And it's just, they had to elevate the quality of it because ain't no way that sound is coming out of Minerva's voice like that. Now, obviously, what's supposed to be is that, she's a good singer. Because Violet made sure to let everybody know I can't sing as well as Minnie can. But I can sing this song. And she sung it well. And then you on the bridge and then you hear that fucking song. And it is sung fucking well with some magic acoustics added. Because, it's not supposed to sound like that. But it is purposely and noticeably of better quality. You know what I'm saying? When you hear that fucking, which if you watch that, it's creepy as fuck. Because Minnie comes up with the fucking jaw chewed the fuck up, chewed the fuck off. She kind of limping and she got that fucking axe and she got the fucking motherfucking walkers trailing behind her and shit. And she just walking up singing that fucking song. A sound coming out of her mouth that's not supposed to be coming out of her mouth, but it's creepy and atmospheric as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And the thing, it's kind of losing its thing now because, right, just like I said about the Lee scene, I've seen that shit, just watching videos today. It's always in somebody's fucking video. You know what I'm saying? It's always in somebody's video. That one too. That bridge scene is always in somebody's fucking video where I'm like, but that's the only character that I can, of interest. And it's because of that one fucking scene. There's nothing else she does other than admit she killed her sister. She killed her twin sister, while she was over there with the Raiders and shit. Because her twin sister didn't want to cooperate or be there, no shit, so she had to kill her goddamn sister. Her sister didn't drink the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? She didn't break, but she broke and she killed her goddamn sister, so whatever. which is another thing because I'm looking, okay, there was twin sisters, right? Now, Minerva, as far as I can tell, is a white chick. You know what I'm saying? She's a fucking white chick. She has a twin sister. I'm going to assume that she looks like Minerva. It ain't always the case. I've seen two twins that don't look a fucking like. Yeah, I and I'm black, obviously, but I went to junior high school. Matter of fact, it was like 3 or 4 sets of twins at my junior high school. Man. But one of the sets of twins were boys. One was dark skinned and one was light skinned. And they didn't look exactly alike in the face either. You know what I'm saying? It was weird. They was twins, but they weren't identical twins. But the fact that, that they looked so different, you know what I'm saying? It's like, could you swap the complexions and then they kind of, I don't know. It's just, they didn't have the same fucking face, you know what I'm saying? It's just, they probably could be, well, they were brothers. They had, they were twins, but whatever. It was weird. I don't even remember their fucking name. I was like, what them dudes at? But anywho, but their brother, Tennessee, who she was coming to get, she was coming over there to get her sister, get the little boy, which is, I'm like, Tennessee, he's a dumb kid. He's a dumb kid. He don't know no better. He's older than fucking, it's just like, they was teaching AJ shit. You know what I'm saying? AJ was learning shit along the way while he was out here. Tennessee was in that school, pretty much protected his whole life, so he wasn't learning shit. So he's a couple of years older than AJ, but he's a couple of years dumber than AJ also, and AJ's on the fucking 6. He don't have the wherewithal to recognize certain shit. But his sister, his sister was, you can come, she was going to kill the little boy so they can die together. It's just like, why? You know what I'm saying? The whole thing that made that song was her approach to the bridge, and the fact that she had them walkers behind her, and that song she was singing. That made that fucking scene. Now, the fact that little boy got up and went over there to his fucking, like, you fucking stupid little bastard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you stupid little bastard. It's just, my goodness. This shit like that have to happen in shows, man. Goddamn. But yeah, that happened. And pissed me off, but I'm like, whatever. And then her and, because Tennessee and, I think Tennessee and what's his name was the only one still on that side of the bridge, and her and Clementine getting the fucking, they getting a little scuffle. And she had that axe, and she swung that fucking axe and fucked Clementine leg up. And, then the zombies end up getting on top of her and biting her up. And then somehow, with a big gaping ass, long ass, the goddamn gash on her leg from that axe wound, well, I'm finna show y'all on my leg, y'all can fucking see this, was as long as her whole fucking shin. You know what I'm saying? It was about as long as her whole fucking shin. And she ended up using that axe as like a kind of a... She managed to jump across that one leg jump across. No. She either would have got ate up by them fucking zombies, or she would have tried to jump and fell down in the fucking ravine. It's just whatever. But like I say, she's a small ass person. Maybe when she jumped, the wind kind of carried her a little bit because she don't weigh nothing. And another thing that gets me, I'm trying to understand. Right after the bridge scene, they kind of got up with the rest of they was climbing a fence, like a chain link fence or some shit. I don't know what happened. I don't know why they didn't end up, why Clem and AJ didn't end up climbing a fence, because they end up going somewhere else and climbing up a fucking sheer fucking rock face. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it was a fence over there. I don't know why they were. I'll have to go back and look. Maybe it was some zombies blocking the way or some shit. They end up going to a rock face and climbing like up, like literally rock climbing up a sheer ass rock face, trying to get up that. AJ made it to the top. She was making her way up top, and then the fucking zombies caught her leg and was chewing on that motherfucker. It was chewing on her goddamn leg. And of course, anybody that watched you should be going through that. But I didn't even have to go through that whole scene. I would just want to talk about the atmosphere from Minerva showing up, because that was it. Other than that, no. And the fucking dog. That is, I don't know what breed of what that is. I know if y'all play Fallout 4, if that ain't no fucking mutant hound, I don't know what it is. That dog is... It's a nice dog, you know what I'm saying? The dog don't really fuck with nobody. But that is a fucking mutant hound. That dog is fucking huge, man. That dog is too big to make any fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? That dog is too, and the dog is old as fuck too. If that dog was around at this point, the thing had been, the zombie thing had been going on for like 9 years, and the dog was around before then. The dog belonged to one of the teachers that was in the school. That dog is literally older than AJ. And I'm trying to think. That dog is about the same age as them. That dog is about the same age as the young kids in that school, which would be old as hell for a dog. And the dog was still around a little bit after that. It's just whatever. Ain't nothing wrong with the fucking dog other than it's a weird ass, big giant ass friendly dog that would chew the fuck out of goddamn zombie, because the zombie virus don't affect animals, I guess. No, I don't know if it does. Anyway, that's about it. You know what I'm saying? AJ chop her leg off and all kind of shit. Whatever. People bring up a lot of shit. Lee had a little bite on his arm. Yeah, he had some little bite on his arm. They cut his arm off. He still, but I think one of the videos I watched said the developers said, because Clem got her leg cut off and she survived, and she was still, her eyes had changed colors. You know what I'm saying? Her eyes had changed colors. She was all pale. Now. She had fucking yellow ass eyes, man. Yeah, she had like yellow ass eyes. All kind of weird ass shit, but it was like they chopped her leg off, but she didn't. But Lee had a little scratch, because that's what it looked like. It looked like a little scratch. But the developers was like, okay, and you can't really tell time in stories like this, because you don't know how long it take to do what. You go to another scene, you don't know how much time to pass. Well, they said that more time had passed from bite to amputation with Lee. More time had passed. So a lot had already, virus had kind of taken over already. It took a while, but it did. But, fucking Clementine started changing kind of goddamn quick. I mean, she started going like downhill like real quick. She looked worse than goddamn Lee did, to tell you the truth. Because like I said, her eyes are all yellow and shit, and she was like, ugh. But he chopped her fucking leg off, in time, if you think about it. But it was like, okay, even if he did chop her leg off, it took him a lot to get to the point to where they was in that barn safe enough to have dialogue. How did that little 6-year-old chop off her leg and manage to get her somewhere? Managed to get her somewhere to treat that shit before whatever, if some other infection, or she bleed out, or whatever the fuck. Or did somebody just happen to come by and notice them in trouble or some type of shit like that? We don't know. It's not in the fucking story. The only thing we know is that after a little shindig with fucking AJ for a little while, him fishing and whatnot, he show back up and they show, Clementine on crutches. She's not lying. And like I said, I watched this shit blind now, so this is new to me. I was like, she's not dead. Yeah, I was happy as fuck. I ain't gonna lie about that. I will not lie about that. I was happy as fuck. I'm like, she not dead. Yeah. I mean, she got one leg, but whatever. There's a whole lot of amputees in the fucking in this zombie apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's a lot of people out there with shit missing. Just think about it. A lot of people out there with shit missing. So I was happy with that. I was satisfied after all the shows I watched because I'm not that invested to where I'm like, man, this sucked. They should have did this. They should have did that. Blah, 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 and all that shit. No. Everything was fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm aware of what was going on at the time with the developers and the original company, Telltale and Skybound, all that shit. I'm aware of that. I was aware of Telltale going under back when I wasn't paying no attention to these games, a few years back. But yeah, I was like, hey, that's fine. They planning on doing the other shit. They got other shit in the works because they have another Telltale. It's another company operating under the name, so it's not the same company. It's a different company that's using that name, but I think it's a studio that's operating within. It's kind of like a studio operating under under Activision, kind of sort of like Activision. Well, Activision is a fucking publisher, but for my example, you got Activision, then you got all those other companies underneath it they use to make these fucking games. Well, Telltale, the new Telltale, would be not a company on its own, but operating under the umbrella of another company. So they won't, they'll be doing what somebody else tell them to do, kind of like, Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward and shit, because they do what the top company tells them to do. So, we'll be getting more shit, and I'm looking forward to it. Like, I probably won't be. Matter of fact, I just downloaded a bunch of shit to try to play it. So I got a bunch of just, because the stuff that you can download without paying for it, just like one episode, the first episode. So I'm like, and I don't see myself really playing it, because there's no reason for me to really play it, because I already know what the fuck is going to happen. And if I only got one episode, I ain't getting nothing out of that. At this point, I downloaded a bunch of that stuff just so I can have it on the game, on my own games. I'll uninstall it, and then if I want to play it, I can just install it again later and have at it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And I had, like I was saying here, I have like zombie stuff, right? This is my blade right here. I'm 46 years old. I've had this blade for at least 20 years. I've had this for at least 20 years. I've had this for a long ass time. And y'all can see it's manually sharpened too. Because a lot of this shit up top wasn't sharp. I end up sharpening that myself. And I sharpen a bunch of this stuff. It's not a razor cut. You know what I'm saying? It's not super ass sharp. But I tell you what, zombie apocalypse, if I gotta go stab a motherfucker in the head, this will work just fine. And it's a metal hilt on here. It ain't gonna be none of that shit and you break off the blade inside. No, it ain't none of that shit. So yeah, I got my stabby stab for quiet time zombie duty. And I got this. I had to make sure. Hold on. I didn't do what I said I was gonna do. Yeah, y'all already know. I'm gonna make sure it's unloaded, so I don't have a monetized channel, so it is what it is, and ain't nobody really watching this. This is my zombie buster right here. This is my zombie buster, baby. It's a Taurus Judge. Ultralight. Holds 7 rounds. 410 shotgun shells. This is a PDX round right here. This is a 2-inch PDX round. I got 2.5-inch too. But this This has a bunch of shit in it. It has like 338 caliber disc in it and like 10 BBs or some shit. There's a lot of shit in here. It's designed to fuck people up. This is my zombie buster right here. I actually use this one. You know, I have my own property, so I have to walk. You know, if you're a property owner and you live on your property in a urban setting, you have to have shit like that because there's real people you got to worry about. Like if I decide I want to take a walk or some shit like that. Now that's not something I can really carry. I can put it in my backpack because I got a license to carry. But yeah, not so much for people though. Mostly for animals. I only had to pull it out one time. Somebody's dog had ran out to me and I pulled that bitch out. I was about to shoot it. Don't shoot it. But yeah, it's just, and even with this, I got another one of these. I got one of these that only got a 5. I think is it a 6? I don't even know. I don't fuck with it that much. But it has a cylinder. The cylinder looked like this, but it's gunmetal grade, whatever you want to call it. But the barrel of that gun is like this long. It's got an 8-inch barrel. So just picture this gun with an 8-inch barrel, but it's made out of a different metal though. Because this is an ultralight. Even though as big as this gun is, it's light for its size. It's heavy for a fucking gun, but it's light for its size. That's why they call it ultralight. The other one, the big one I got, it's a fucking hunting revolver, which has the 450. It shoots. It got the same cylinder. So, but I got the 2.5-inch shit. It's this same 410 ammo, but it's a longer shell casing than that one. So it has more ammunition in it to, shoot out at people. All this shit around here is for self-defense. But zombies start popping up, which, I mean, not too much different from what the fuck else was going on. You know what I'm saying? Not too much. When pandemic hit, yeah, you needed this shit. You needed the crime level shot up like crazy. So you needed this shit. You have to have this shit. I didn't have to. And I also have a Mossberg 500 over there, 12 gauge. I keep it right over there. So if somebody knocking on my door and they own some shit, I can see within. I can reach it. That's my zombie. I got my zombie kit. I don't have my zombie kit. I'm thinking about putting it together because I do actually. I have one of my old motorcycle jackets. It's a patch leather jacket. It's kind of heavy. That's the jacket I would wear when I was riding my motorcycles, like during the wintertime. You get that. You get some sturdy jeans. I think I got some sturdy jeans around here. I got the motorcycle jacket, which is leather, and I'm 6'3", and even the motorcycle jacket, the sleeves come like all the way down, like over my wrist onto the top of my hand. So I got that, and I have a pea coat. I have a couple of pea coats that you can actually, the big pea coats too, that you can put over that. Now, if you couldn't wear that shit down. I'm in Houston, Texas. Ain't no reason for you to have all that shit on. It's just like, but if you had zombies, if you had zombies, and you got to do shit because you think about that shit, and you never see people just really armed up for that. You don't see people really protecting themselves from that, except for in season 2, I think it was Jane that actually mentioned, that little puff jacket that I was supposed to say Celestine. God damn it, that Clementine has on. It was like a zombie would bite right through that, which is fucking ridiculous that zombies can bite through fucking anything. But that's a whole nother video. It really is. That's a whole nother video. She said, she had a leather jacket. Her sister, she wish she could give it to her, but her sister had a leather jacket. That's primarily what you would want to protect yourself from bites, and you never really see that because you got to think this shit started off in the southern states. They did move further up north to Virginia and shit like that, but even when they moving around through something, nobody is covered from, to protect themselves from zombie bites. Just think about it. When you watch it, nobody's protected. It ain't like they don't have access to this shit. You know what I'm saying? But in general, most of them don't. You don't see people wearing armor until like the kingdom or something come around and all that, and they got some little funny looking ass armor that they wearing and shit. And it's just like whatever. But that's usually like for fighting in general. That shit wouldn't protect them from no fucking zombie bites. It's just like you have to, you you got the leather jacket, zip that bitch up, but you zip it up and you wrap a scarf around your fucking neck. You know what I'm saying? A scarf around your fucking neck, or maybe a couple of scarves, and you got your leather jacket. And if it's cold, if you live in the northern states, you're lucky because you can put all this shit on, and you protect yourself from shit. For pain. Put you some. I don't say they don't want to go on those leather ass pants. The leather pants the leather we talking about, they don't use in making fucking pants. Tell you that now. That wouldn't protect you from fucking shit. But still, you can. I'm sitting here saying this shit, but in the zombie apocalypse, unless you get barricaded in your house and you stocked and you ain't got to really move nowhere, you can do that. But if you out and about migrating and shit like that, more than likely you ain't got the resources for none of that. You out there in a fucking t-shirt and jeans with everybody else. Which is irritating because that always worked. I'm like, because you could tell it's fucking hot. But I'm telling you right now, do they have, like in the TV show, I don't know about the fucking, I'm trying to remember yeah, they do have, somebody did have armor. They did have armor in the TV show. It wasn't a lot of armor. Everybody didn't have it, but they did have an armor suit. I forgot what it was. I don't know if it was some shit they jury rigged together or they found some kind of armor suit. But yeah, they did have an armor suit. But it wasn't nothing. It's just like something that one person could wear. I think Glenn had it on. Yeah, somebody had armor on. It's just, I don't know. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble now. I already talked about the shows. Zombie Logic and other shit like that. That's going to be a separate video. I'm going to make sure that I take better notes and stuff to make sure I go through all that. Because I think I have a Zombie Logic video up. But, whatever. Don't hurt to make another one. So I'm finna go in the kitchen, finish my cooking at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to catch y'all later.